A subsequent meeting with the president, he said, Seyi, I think I must have gone to him to seek for approval for the upgrade of Ibadan Airport. He said, I will sign it for you. I'll give my nod. But sit down. What's happening politically? I heard you're upset because you were not your nominee was not given the ministerial slot. I said, sir, in Yoruba land, if you don't want the pregnancy to be aborted, you won't want the baby to die, because it's easier to abort a pregnancy than, to kill a baby. I said, you will decide at the end of the day, who you want to work with. We can only suggest people, but if you know people that fit, your bill about the kind of individual you want in your cabinet, we are just to support you. However, let me say this: if you've selected the Minister of Power because you want him to help you organize the APC in Oyo State, he doesn't have the capacity. I told the president. He said, no, Seyi, it's you that I want to help me organize APC in Oyo State. I said, no, sir, I can never help you organize APC in Oyo State because I am of the PDP.
Your Excellency, now we understand the real reason why there is a conflict in the PDP. Now the party is divided along two lines. The one being led by Saminu Turaki, is claiming that it is the rightful one, and I remember that INEC called the two parties to a meeting. Now, with the way PDP is currently, does the party stand any chance? Number one, in the forthcoming season elections, and in 2027, does the party stand a chance? Because Nigeria needs a credible opposition now to withstand the what is going on, because you yourself mentioned it that the country is fast moving towards a one-party state. Does PDP have any chance?
Well, the president has the power to call his minister to order. Say, look, allow democracy to survive in Nigeria. And by the way PDP is today, there is no faction in PDP. We held a convention here in Ibadan. We gave adequate notice to INEC, which is all that we're required to do under the law. So, it may take INEC some time if they choose, to behave like the ostrich, bury their head and the whole of their body is outside. And the current INEC chairman, the job is even very difficult to start with. Now to add all of these things that they're not supposed to add. They basically, this meeting that I said they called the two factions together, they played our people. They invited them and said, we want to engage with the leadership of PDP. And then they got there and found out that they called the Anyanwu and Co. I said, that's even silly to start with. I mean, pardon my language. Sometimes when I get upset, I can speak off. No. So let me finish with Shina. So Why did they not call Damagun? Maybe it was Anyanwu that was the secretary when Damagun was there.
Chairman.
Yes. And the notice that went to INEC was a notice signed by both Damagun and Anyanwu. I wanted to basically, ask that they expel Anyanwu at NEC. But people, leaders came and said, look, let us not do that. Let's get the two of them together, and all of that. So the Supreme Court already said whoever is your secretary is the internal affair of the party. There's a Supreme Court judgment on SDP how many days ago saying exactly the same thing. So we had a proper convention here, and Wike and the rest of those people were expelled, and they've been expelled. Even if the court says, look, the convention is not valid, which I don't think is possible, because up to the Supreme Court already said, look, internal affairs of the party is internal affairs of the party. So they can only delay things. But there may be unintended consequences for, trying to kill PDP. There's a danger that if you do that, you may, unknowingly, kill democracy in this country. God forbid. We have to channel our energy towards having a competitive political environment.
Okay.
And that means we need to talk across board. We need to start talking about survival of democracy in Nigeria. Individual ambition, it's tertiary, not even secondary. We should keep talking, even with people within APC that are not happy in there. We will talk to them also. We should all keep talking on, because we run the risk of the Arab Spring. You have people without leadership. A shoemaker will be made a leader for them, and they will show us. In fact, people should write it down. What Nigerian people will show politicians and elites in 2027, we cannot imagine it right now. And when they say governors have defected and all of that, what of hunger? Where is hunger? And anger in the land, has it defected?